Well, this wasn't what I was expecting in a way. Like, I didn't think the ice was going to be out that far offshore. I got the rock chisel with me, so maybe I'll find something. We'll see. It's really windy. I'm not going to last out here too long. It's still pretty. Well, maybe this was worth it after all. Here's a good one. You see it? Right there. Yeah, this is worth it. There's actually a couple other people way down there that just came. Alright, I'm gonna get this out here. Alright, hey everybody, I'm back over in Michigan on the western side of the state, but on the eastern shores of Lake Michigan. So opposite from where I'm usually hunting. And I went out for, I lasted about an hour and a half yesterday out at Lake Michigan, rock hunting, and I found some glass too. Yeah, it was insanely windy, very cold. You know, the wind chill was probably pushing around 0 degrees, maybe even a little bit less. My eyes were actually watering because of the wind. It was pretty brutal. I should have had some, I need to take some like clear safety goggles, I think, with me because I'm going back tomorrow. It's supposed to be 43 degrees for the high, but gale force winds plus actually out at the lakeshore tomorrow, so it's gonna be worse than yesterday, but not quite as cold, so I can deal with that, you know. And I'm hoping the snow might have melted on the beach and, you know, exposed some more rocks that were covered yesterday. So anyway, I'm gonna show you the few things that I found, and I found 2 things that are just an extreme prize to me. They're not Petoskey stones. They're something else that I have a place in my heart for them. My grandpa taught me about these rocks, or this rock that I found that, you know, it goes back deep in my family history. I'll just put it that way. So, all right, making a long story short, let's get to the rocks. Well, I kind of had a long weekend away from work and got to go out and clear my mind out in the woods and by the beaches over here in Michigan and western lower Michigan. Mostly by South Haven. That's the area I've been. And I I found the biggest lightning stone that I have ever found. This thing probably weighs a good pound, maybe a little bit more. I tried to keep it wet just to show the contrast of the calcite and the cracks. But yeah, I was happy with that. Biggest one I've ever found. Like I said. No idea what this would be. It's very cool. I think it would look awesome slabbed and polished. I want to see these. I almost want to say cladophora, but I've never seen it with the red-ish, like, and pink kind of inlays in there. Very cool. This thing was frozen. I had to cut it out from a half-frozen rock pile. The jasper inlays stood out to me. That's why I picked this up. This is like it's like a lightning stone there. It was like in a metamorphosis stage, I want to say. In the process of turning into something else. And I don't know what you would consider this kind of stone, but it's cool. Right there, trying to highlight I think that's epidote, but it's crystallized. This is most likely granite, but it was in half like that, laying up in the sun. This was like, whoa, what in the heck? Very cool. And this one I picked up, it looked better out in the beach. I'll say that. I'll put this in my garden. It's still pretty. But one of the big daddies. Then from today, I didn't clean all the sand out of this bucket. I'm sorry. This is cool. It's like a wild piece of unikite, almost slash pudding stone. Strange. I'll be saving that one for a future art project. That is a crinoid right there, that circle fossil. And these are the crinoid stems. And these things used to grow like big waving flowers on the seafloor when Lake Michigan and the Great Lakes used to be a giant inland ocean. They were so common. It was like grass or wheat, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's a nice one. I really like this. I think I can clean it up with some vinegar. So, more lightning stones. Since I like that. You can see the shape of it. So cool. I think they're cool. If you see them in person, I feel you'd look at them differently, you know? Video just doesn't do it justice. Yeah, number of bits of glass, nice little cobalt piece there. And then, I don't know if this was from an old crock. I have found, I'll spare you the story. I'll put it that way. I had to dig some stuff up in my backyard about 14 years ago now. And there were like it used to be farm field, I was told. And the drainage, the pipes that they used for like irrigation look like this. So I came upon pieces of it and I'm like, what the heck? Weird, you know? to me back then. But it looks so similar to this, so I'm not sure if this is actually from an old croc that got, you know, disposed of and ended up out in Lake Michigan and washed back upon shore, or if that's, you know, what it was, an old irrigation pipe, whatever they called it. Well, doing things in kind of reverse order tonight. So this is from 2 days ago, the finds when I was out at the beaches where I was recording the clips from earlier of the ice shoves and all that and the crazy wind. Well, today I went again, and it was, I think the high up here hit like 46 degrees. And it was nice in the sun, you know. It's like, oh, there's a sign of spring, and yeah, you know, we all know that living up here in the Midwest, that is not true this time of year. It's gonna plummet tomorrow. So anyway, here are my favorite rocks that are near and dear to my heart. These are Michigan pudding stones. This is quartzite, the base, and it's a conglomerate rock or concretion, and this is red jasper. Sometimes you get some bits of green epidote in there. I thought, oh yes, there's a little tiny bit right there, kind of in the middle. And I actually found another one. I'm so happy. This is the biggest one I've ever found. My grandpa built a rock wall behind the home that he built when he retired, where him and my grandma lived, and I pretty much grew up kind of up near Cadillac, Michigan. And I remember being really little, and one day I asked him, I'm like, Grandpa, what are these rocks called? And he's like, those are called pudding stones. And he kind of told me the story of them, and that's where the early European settlers to the United States nicknamed them pudding stones because they looked like traditional Christmas pudding. The stuff that, I want to say it's like that, what do you call it? That bread with like the jellies in it. You know, the red and the green stuff. It's like, I don't think that'd be tasty to me. But, you know, to each their own. I'm a chocolate fan, personally. Anyway, yep, I'm stoked with the pudding stone finds. I did not find a single Petoskey stone this time, not even a trace of one. But I'm cool with that. These, they made up for it. And here's another weird thing I found. It's obviously a fossil. It could be a crinoid, but I really am unsure of that identification. It's actually quite crystallized. My old phone here isn't picking it up quite that well. I think this is magnetite. It is slightly magnetic. I tried it against one of the strongest magnets we have in this place, which happens to be like a bottle opener / fridge magnet. You know, and there's bits that flake off, and this is the stuff that stains the beaches. I've seen it mostly in the middle of the summer and the fall, where it's like black sand that moves in and out with, you know, when the waves move on shore and recede. So yeah, I think that's magnetite. It's pretty. I think this is modern. There's actually some embossing on it. I kind of found this. It says 1888 somewhere on there. Found it higher up shore than where I typically have found beach glass, but you know what? It has been out there a little while, I think. So anyway, yep, more cool lightning stones with a little sliver of some cobalt too. So, all right, well, thanks you guys for putting up with me as always. Gotta go back home tomorrow. Oh, check that out. Sometimes people call these Indian paint pots. This is hematite. If you rub it when it gets wet, it will stain your fingers. And Native Americans used to use this as face paint, war paint, would paint colors on their horses. Very cool. All right. So anyway, yes. Going back home tomorrow. Maybe next weekend. I'll be back in my local shores near Green Bay, Wisconsin. All right. Everybody have a great week. Good night.